Considering the current state of our economy and the calls by many that government must downsize, do you honestly believe that with the existence of a substantive minister of finance, we need a minister of state in charge of finance again?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I have heard over the last 20 years people complain about the size of government. And therefore, under every party in government, people have complained about the numbers. They complain about this under President Kufuor, under President Mills, under President Mahama, and today. What I haven't heard is what the appropriate size of government should be. And so that is a subject we can debate. Even as they are calling for downsizing of government, we need to ask ourselves, what is government? Because government includes parliament. And I've heard other people say that the size of parliament is huge. And so we need to debate as to what the appropriate size will be. Should it be benchmarked to the size of our budget, for example? Should it be benchmarked to the size of our population, for example? And so this is a subject we can continue to discuss to determine the appropriate size. But until then, every president would take a decision that reflects what he thinks is best to be able to carry out the functions of the state.
Honorable Chair, given the fact that you are a renowned economist, someone who has a very rich background in economics, and given the fact that you have a lot of experience in public life, you would agree with many Ghanaians who are saying that desperate times require desperate measures. In other words, when your economy is on its knee and requiring assistance from the IMF, then government or the executive must show leadership by cutting down its own expenditure. Don't you agree that it stands to reason that where there are duplications of ministers, particularly in charge of a similar sector, there will be the need to reduce the numbers in those areas as a way of showing commitment, especially when you're asking others to have haircuts?
Mr. Chairman, I think that we need to put this in proper perspective. As I indicated earlier, downsizing is relative. For example, the number of ministers President Akufo-Addo had in his first term, it's not the same as today. And so to that extent, there has been downsizing. But as I listen to you, it appears you are still not satisfied. And this is why I said earlier that downsizing is relative. To what extent? What would be the appropriate size? I haven't heard anybody mention that appropriate size. And so if we have to debate and agree as a country that let's benchmark the number of ministers we have in any government to the size of the budget, or let's benchmark it to the size of the population of our country, that, in my view, will be more scientific and appropriate means of determining what the size of government should be. Thank you, Chair.